What if I told you the greatest risk to your vibrant, independent years isn't a fall, a market crash, or even a dreaded diagnosis? What if the real threat is sitting quietly on your dinner plate, masquerading as health food? Imagine this. You've worked your entire life, you've saved, you've planned for a golden age of travel, hobbies, and time with grandchildren. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, your energy fades. Your memory isn't as sharp. Your joints ache more than they should. You dismiss it as just getting older. But what if it's not? What if the very foods you've been told are good for you? The low-fat yogurts, the whole wheat breads, even certain healthy cereals, are silently contributing to cellular rust, muscle loss, and brain fog. The stakes are not just about adding a few years to your life, but adding life to your years. The difference between a retirement spent exploring the world and one spent navigating a maze of doctor's appointments could hinge on understanding a few simple, yet profound, nutritional truths. What you're about to learn isn't just a list of foods. It's a strategy to reclaim your vitality. The cost of not understanding this is steep: a loss of independence, a decline in cognitive function, and the erosion of the future you've worked so hard to build. Are you ready to discover what's really on your plate? Hello and welcome to the Dr. Goodwell channel, where we translate complex medical science into simple, actionable steps for a healthier, more vibrant life. I'm Dr. Goodwell. In our last segment, we raised a critical question. Could your diet be secretly undermining your health as you age? Today, we begin to answer that. Let's start by tackling a word that's been hijacked by marketing departments: superfood. When you hear it, you probably picture exotic, expensive powders from a remote jungle or tiny, imported berries that cost more per pound than a good steak. This is a myth, a costly and confusing one. The pressure to buy these trendy items can make you feel like you're failing if you can't afford or find them. The truth is, the concept of a single food being a magic bullet is fundamentally flawed. A real superfood isn't about its exotic origin. It's about its functional power for your body at this stage of life. It's about nutrient density, accessibility, and its ability to directly combat the specific challenges of aging, like muscle loss, bone density decline, and inflammation. So, for the next 28 minutes, we are going to reclaim the term. We will build a new definition, one based on science, not sales pitches. The first and perhaps most important building block of your new health arsenal might surprise you. It isn't a fruit or a vegetable, it's all about power. We've busted the myth of the exotic superfood. Now let's build our foundation. Before we even think about antioxidants or vitamins, we must address the single biggest physical threat to an older adult's independence: sarcopenia. That's the medical term for age-related muscle loss. Starting around age 40, you can lose up to 8% of your muscle mass per decade, and that rate accelerates after 60. This isn't just about not being able to open a stubborn jar. It's the root cause of frailty, instability, and life-altering falls. So our first true superfood category is a humble, hard-working hero: high-quality protein. Think of your muscles as a brick wall. Protein is the bricks and the mortar. Without a constant supply, the wall begins to crumble. I had a patient, a wonderful 78-year-old man named Arthur, who was becoming increasingly frail. His family was worried. He was eating what he thought was a healthy diet, mostly toast for breakfast, soup for lunch. He wasn't eating goji berries, but more importantly, he wasn't eating protein. We made one simple change. We added a scoop of whey protein to his morning oatmeal and ensured he had a palm-sized portion of lean chicken or fish at dinner. Within 3 months, his strength, his balance, and his confidence were transformed. So, my first question to you is this: what did you have for lunch? Did it have a potent protein source? Because without it, even the most colorful salad is just decoration. We've secured the body's physical frame with protein. Now let's protect the command center, your brain. So many people accept senior moments, or brain fog, as an inevitable part of aging. I'm here to tell you that, to a significant degree, it is not. Your brain is incredibly hungry for one specific type of nutrient, and many of us are starving it. I'm talking about omega-3 fatty acids. Think of the wiring in your brain, your neurons, like electrical cables. Omega-3s, particularly one called DHA, form the protective, fatty insulation around those cables. When that insulation wears thin, signals get crossed, they slow down, or they don't connect at all. That's brain fog. That's trouble recalling a name. That's a senior moment. The modern Western diet is often flooded with inflammatory omega-6 fats, found in many vegetable oils and processed foods, and desperately low in anti-inflammatory omega-3s. This imbalance is like pouring gasoline on the fire of cognitive decline. So what are the superfoods to fix this? The undisputed champions are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. If you're not a fish eater, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds are excellent plant-based sources. The misconception is that you need to eat fish every day. Just 2 servings a week can make a measurable difference. Is it possible that the key to a sharper mind isn't a crossword puzzle, but a simple fillet of salmon? The evidence says yes. We've fueled the muscles with protein and insulated the brain with omega-3s. But what about the entire system's engine room and waste management facility? I'm talking about your gut. For decades, we've been told that fiber is just about regularity. This is a massive and frankly dangerous oversimplification. Thinking of fiber only for bowel movements is like thinking of a car's engine only for its sound. The real magic of fiber lies in its role as the master regulator of your entire metabolism. First, soluble fiber, the kind found in oats, barley, beans, and apples, acts like a sponge in your digestive tract. It soaks up excess cholesterol and helps escort it out of your body. It also slows down the absorption of sugar, preventing those dramatic blood sugar spikes and crashes that lead to energy slumps and, over time, type 2 diabetes. But here's the most exciting part. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, an ecosystem known as your microbiome. This microbiome influences your mood, your immune system, and your weight. And what do these friendly bacteria eat? They feast on fiber. When you eat a fiber-rich diet, you're nourishing an internal army that works for you. When you eat a diet of processed, fiberless foods, you're starving your allies and letting troublemakers take over. So, the fiber fallacy is believing it's just about the destination. The truth is, it's about transforming the entire journey. We've built the muscle, protected the brain, and fueled the gut. What about the literal scaffold that holds it all together? Your bones. Osteoporosis is a silent disease. You often don't know you have it until a minor stumble results in a major fracture, an event that can dramatically alter your quality of life. For years, the public health message has been singular: drink your milk for calcium. And while calcium is indeed the primary mineral in bone, this message is dangerously incomplete. It has led to a major misconception that calcium works alone. This is like sending a construction worker to a job site with a pile of bricks but no mortar, no tools, and no blueprints. Calcium needs partners to do its job effectively. The first critical partner is vitamin D. You can consume all the calcium in the world, but without sufficient vitamin D, you can't absorb it from your gut into your bloodstream. The second, often overlooked partner is vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic cop, directing the calcium from your bloodstream into your bones and teeth, where it belongs, and away from your arteries and soft tissues, where it can cause calcification and cardiovascular problems. So where do we find these bone-building teams? Of course, dairy or fortified alternatives for calcium. But the real superfoods are the leafy greens like kale, spinach, and collards, which are packed with vitamin K, fatty fish and sun exposure for vitamin D. And for a surprising bonus, prunes. Yes, prunes. They contain boron, a mineral that helps your body use calcium and vitamin D. Are you just taking a calcium pill and hoping for the best? It might be time to hire the rest of the construction crew. So far, we've been talking about building and maintaining your body's major structures: muscles, brain, bones, gut. Now let's go microscopic. Let's talk about the invisible war happening inside every one of your cells, every second of the day. This war is against something called oxidative stress. The simplest way to understand this is to think of it as cellular rust. Just as metal rusts when exposed to oxygen and water, your cells rust from exposure to daily life. Things like pollution, stress, processed foods, and even just the process of turning food into energy. This rusting is caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. They bounce around inside your body, damaging cell walls, DNA, and proteins. This damage is a primary driver of chronic inflammation, which is now linked to nearly every major age-related disease: heart disease, arthritis, dementia, and more. So, how do we fight this cellular rust? We deploy an antioxidant army. Antioxidants are molecules that find and neutralize free radicals before they can do harm, acting like a microscopic cleanup crew. And our superfoods in this category are the most vibrant and delicious ones yet. The undisputed champions are berries of all kinds: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Their deep, rich colors are a sign of the powerful antioxidants, called anthocyanins, within. Dark chocolate, with a high cacao content, is another powerhouse. And so is green tea, rich in catechins. It's not about stopping the rusting process entirely. That's impossible. It's about giving your body the tools to manage it, clean it up, and keep your cellular machinery running smoothly for decades to come. We've just discussed the antioxidant army and the importance of fighting cellular rust. But let's be honest, remembering terms like anthocyanins and catechins can be a bit much. You might be wondering, Dr. Goodwell, this is great, but how do I possibly remember all of this when I'm standing in the grocery store? That's a fair question, so I'm going to give you a simple visual rule that cuts through all the scientific jargon. It's a phrase you've probably heard before, but I want you to understand the profound science behind it. Eat the rainbow. This isn't a cliche. It's a brilliant nutritional strategy. The pigments that give fruits and vegetables their vibrant colors are often the very antioxidants and phytonutrients your body needs. It's nature's color-coding system for health. Think of it this way. Red foods, like tomatoes and watermelon, are rich in lycopene, which is fantastic for prostate and heart health. Orange and yellow foods, like carrots, sweet potatoes, and bell peppers, are loaded with beta-carotene and other carotenoids, crucial for eye health and immune function. Green foods, especially the leafy ones like spinach and kale, provide lutein, zeaxanthin for your eyes, and that all-important vitamin K for your bones. And the blue and purple foods, like the blueberries and blackberries we just mentioned, are the kings of brain-protective anthocyanins. So, the next time you look at your plate, do a quick color check. Is it a sea of brown and beige? That's a sign of a nutrient-poor meal. Make it your mission to add at least 2 or 3 different colors to every lunch and dinner. It's the simplest, most effective health hack I know. We have covered a spectacular array of solid superfoods. We've built a plate full of protein, healthy fats, fiber, and a rainbow of antioxidants. But the single most important, most powerful, and most tragically overlooked supernutrient of all isn't one you eat, it's one you drink. I'm talking about water. Now, before you click away thinking, I know, drink more water, hear me out. For seniors, proper hydration isn't just a suggestion, it is a critical medical necessity. Here's why. As we age, 2 things happen. First, our body's total water content decreases, meaning our reserves are lower. Second, and this is crucial, our thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive. You can be mildly dehydrated and not even feel thirsty. The consequences are often misdiagnosed as old age. Are you feeling tired and sluggish? It might not be your age. It could be dehydration, which thickens your blood and makes your heart work harder. Are you feeling a bit dizzy or confused? It might not be a senior moment. It could be that your brain cells, which are 75% water, are literally shrinking from a lack of fluid. I once had a new patient, an 82-year-old woman whose family was concerned about her recent confusion and frequent falls. Her diet was reasonable, but her fluid intake was minimal. We simply put her on a schedule, 1 glass of water every 2 hours during the day. The transformation was astounding. Within a week, her confusion vanished. Water is the lubricant for your joints, the transport system for all those nutrients we've discussed, and the cooling system for your body. It is the foundation upon which all other nutrition is built. We've built our superfood plate. We're hydrating with our super liquid. Now let's add the finishing touch. Let's look inside a place you might not expect to find a health revolution: your spice cabinet. For centuries, we've used spices to make food taste better. But modern science is now confirming what ancient traditions have known for millennia. These humble powders are some of the most potent anti-inflammatory agents on the planet. This is where you can get a tremendous health-boosting bang for your buck. Let's start with the Golden King, turmeric. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, is a staggeringly powerful anti-inflammatory. It works on a molecular level to block some of the key drivers of chronic inflammation, making it a superstar for joint health and arthritis. A common misconception is that you need to swallow massive, expensive curcumin capsules. While those can be useful, Simply adding a quarter teaspoon of turmeric to your scrambled eggs, your soups, or a smoothie, along with a pinch of black pepper to boost its absorption, is a fantastic daily habit. Next up is ginger. This zesty root is a champion for digestion, soothing the gut and reducing nausea. But it's also a powerful anti-inflammatory, sharing some of the same properties as turmeric. Finally, let's not forget cinnamon. This wonderfully warming spice isn't just for apple pie. It has been shown to help improve insulin sensitivity, making it a valuable ally in controlling blood sugar. Are you ignoring the affordable, concentrated power already sitting in your kitchen? Spices aren't just for flavor. They are medicine in disguise. Knowing what to eat is one half of the equation. But to truly accelerate your health journey, you must be just as strategic about what you reduce or remove. This is the other half of the battle. I call these the anti-superfoods. They are the foods that actively work against all the good you are doing, undermining your progress, and fueling the very problems we're trying to solve. Eating a beautiful salmon salad but then having a sugary soda with it is like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. You are canceling out the benefits. The number one villain is, without a doubt, refined sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Found in sodas, pastries, candies, and countless processed foods, sugar is a primary driver of inflammation, insulin resistance, and weight gain. It provides zero nutritional value and actively harms your body. The second villain is excessive sodium. While we need some sodium, the amounts found in processed meals, canned soups, and fast food are astronomical. This contributes to high blood pressure, putting an immense strain on your heart and kidneys. Finally, we have unhealthy fats, specifically man-made trans fats, and an overabundance of processed omega-6 vegetable oils. These fats promote inflammation and directly harm your cardiovascular system. Look at food labels. If you see partially hydrogenated oil, put it back on the shelf. It's not about perfection or deprivation, it's about awareness. By strategically reducing these three anti-superfoods, you stop the self-sabotage and allow the real superfoods to finally do their incredible work. For the past 20 minutes, we've journeyed through protein for muscles, omega-3s for the brain, fiber for the gut, calcium's team for bones, and antioxidants for our cells. We've covered a lot of ground. But if you've been paying close attention, you might have a nagging feeling. You might be thinking, this is a great list, Dr. Goodwell, but am I supposed to just eat blueberries and salmon all day? This question leads us to the single most important concept of this entire video. It is the hidden core message, the secret that ties everything together. The real superfood is not a single ingredient. It's not kale. It's not walnuts. It's not turmeric. The real, most powerful superfood of all is synergy. Synergy is the magic that happens when these foods work together, amplifying each other's benefits. For example, eating a bowl of plain spinach gives you some vitamin K, but eating that spinach in a salad with a drizzle of olive oil, a healthy fat, allows your body to absorb that fat-soluble vitamin K far more effectively. Adding a squeeze of lemon juice, rich in vitamin C, helps you absorb the iron from the spinach. Suddenly, spinach plus olive oil plus lemon juice isn't just three ingredients, it's a synergistic powerhouse. The whole becomes exponentially greater than the sum of its parts. The great mistake in nutrition is chasing silver bullets. It's the iceberg problem. The surface-level advice is eat this one thing. The deep, profound truth is create a balanced, synergistic plate. Stop chasing the miracle food and start building the miracle meal. We've arrived at the climax of our journey. We've shattered the myth of the single superfood and revealed the profound truth of synergy. Now let's make this real. Let's move from theory to practice and build the perfect, practical, synergistic plate. This is the resolution. This is your action plan. What does a super day of eating look like? Let's start with breakfast. Imagine a bowl of warm oatmeal. That's your soluble fiber for gut health and blood sugar control. Now let's create synergy. We'll top it with a handful of blueberries, our antioxidant army for cellular protection. We'll add a sprinkle of walnuts, our omega-3s for brain health. And we'll stir in a generous scoop of plain Greek yogurt, our high-quality protein for muscle integrity. In one bowl, you've hit 4 of our key principles. For lunch, picture a large, colorful salad. The base is dark leafy greens for vitamin K. On top, we add grilled chicken or a cup of chickpeas for protein. We throw in sliced red bell peppers for vitamin C and a sprinkle of sunflower seeds for vitamin E. The dressing? An olive oil vinaigrette, the healthy fat needed to absorb all those vitamins. For dinner, a beautiful fillet of baked salmon provides our omega-3s and more protein. We serve it with a side of roasted sweet potato, our beta-carotene powerhouse, and steamed broccoli, another cruciferous hero. This isn't about deprivation or complicated recipes. It is a mindset shift. It's not about what you must restrict, but about what you can strategically add to every meal to create a symphony of health in your body. This all sounds wonderful in a perfect world, doesn't it? A synergistic plate of salmon and berries, but then real life hits. You're standing in the grocery store, looking at the prices. You're cooking for one, and the motivation just isn't there. You live in an area where fresh produce is limited. These are not excuses. They are legitimate hurdles, and we must address them. Let's start with budget. The belief that healthy eating is expensive is a persistent myth. Fresh berries are pricey. Frozen berries, picked at peak ripeness, are just as nutritious, if not more so, and a fraction of the cost. They are perfect for smoothies and oatmeal. Fresh salmon is too expensive. Canned salmon and sardines are affordable omega-3 powerhouses. And don't forget the humble heroes. Beans, lentils, and eggs are some of the cheapest, highest quality protein sources available. Now, what about apathy or the hassle of cooking for one? The answer is batch cooking. Spend one afternoon roasting a big tray of mixed vegetables, grilling a few chicken breasts, and cooking a pot of quinoa or brown rice. Now you have the building blocks for quick, healthy meals all week. You can assemble a super plate in 5 minutes. For access issues, explore community-supported agriculture boxes, local farmers markets, or even online grocery delivery services, which are becoming more widely available. The key is to shift from seeing problems to finding solutions. You have more control over these hurdles than you think. Small, sustainable changes are infinitely more powerful than a perfect plan you can't follow. We began this journey with a startling question. Could your plate be sabotaging your future? Over the last 30 minutes, we have dismantled that threat. We've redefined superfood from an expensive marketing gimmick into a powerful personal strategy. We learned that the secret isn't in a single exotic berry, but in the beautiful synergy of whole foods working together. We built a plan to protect your muscles with protein, your brain with omega-3s, your bones with a team of vitamins and minerals, and your very cells with an army of antioxidants. We learned to eat the rainbow, to prioritize hydration, and to leverage the hidden power of our spice cabinets. You now have the blueprint. You understand that building a synergistic plate, combining protein, fiber, healthy fats, and color, is the key to unlocking a new level of vitality. Your health in the next 10, 20, or 30 years is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of the choices you consistently make starting today. You are the architect of your own aging process. So now, I turn the question to you. What is the one superfood, or better yet, the one synergistic strategy from this video that you are excited to try first? Will you start by adding a scoop of protein to your breakfast? Or will you make a commitment to add 2 colors to every lunch? Share your plan in the comments below. I read every single one, and your journey truly inspires everyone in our community. Stay curious, stay well, and I will see you in the next video.